Good morning, students. In 12th standard chemistry, in inorganic chemistry we have seen metallurgy lesson. So next in physical chemistry, 6th lesson, solid state we have started. So in solid state we have seen the characteristics of solids. So next we have seen types of solids, isn't it? So solids are classified broadly into two types. What are they? That is crystalline solids. Crystalline solids. Next one is amorphous solids. Amorphous solids. So crystalline solids. So the important definition for this crystalline solids means, so here constituents are arranged in random manner. In order manner. So here amorphous solids, the constituents are arranged in random manner. So next we have seen the difference between crystalline solids and amorphous solids. The example for this crystalline solids is NaCl, diamond. These are all examples. So in amorphous solids, glass, rubber, these are all examples for amorphous solids. So next, crystalline solids are broadly classified into ionic crystals, covalent crystals, molecular crystals, metallic crystals. Isn't it? So ionic crystals, constituents are ions, maybe cation or anion. So next we have seen the characteristics of ionic crystals. So next, covalent crystals. Covalent crystals are again classified into non-polar, polar and hydrogen bonded crystals. So in molecular crystals are classified into three, that is non-polar molecular crystals, polar, hydrogen bonded. Okay, so these three. So covalent crystals mean constituents or molecules. So there should be examples diamond. So it is very hot, poor electrical conductance. So molecular crystals, non-polar, anthracene, naphthalene are example. So it is held together by London force. Here polar, in polar crystals usually. So these are electrostatic force of attraction. Solid carbon dioxide, solid ammonia is example. Hydrogen bonded molecular crystals, the constituents are held together by hydrogen bonds, example water. So metallic crystals, they have the arrangement in which positive ions, so they should be surrounded by a movable negative electrons. So the force that binds positive and negative, that is called as metallic bond. Metals, alloys are example for this metallic crystals. So next we have seen how to find out density of a crystal. So today in this class we can see the structure of the packing of crystals. Packing of crystals. Packing of crystal is given by linear arrangement of spheres in one dimension. Linear arrangement of spheres in one dimension. Two-dimensional packing. Two-dimensional packing. So two-dimensional packing can be done by two ways, that is A type, and next one is AB type. Okay. So next is simple cubic close packing. Simple cubic close packing. Next is body-centered cubic close packing. Cubic close packing. So next is face-centered cubic close packing. Okay. So what are the ways? It is linear arrangement of spheres. So these are the packing in crystals. So which is packed, that is the constituents, it may be atoms or ions can be packed in a crystal. So in these ways, it may be linear arrangement of spheres in one dimension, two-dimensional packing of two types, AAA type, ABAB type. So next is simple cubic closed packing, body-centered closed packing, and face-centered closed packing. Okay. So for these three, we have to calculate the packing efficiency also. So first one, linear arrangement of spheres in one dimension. Okay. So linear arrangement of spheres in one dimension. So here, so this constituents atoms or consider as a sphere. So each spheres are considered as atom. Okay. So here, so it is arranged in a linear way, isn't it? So in this, each atom, it should be in contact with two neighboring spheres. It should be contact with two neighboring spheres. Okay. So this type of arrangement is called as linear arrangement of spheres in one dimension. So spheres you are considering as atom. So here this is the way of arrangement that is called as linear arrangement. Okay. Next is two-dimensional packing. Two-dimensional packing. In two-dimensional packing, two ways are there. What are they? A type, AB type. Isn't it? So first one I will explain A type. So here, like this, if spheres are arranged, consider as a sphere, okay? Spheres are, if it is arranged like this, so this is, we can call it as A type, okay? So exactly the same one-dimensional linear arrangement is repeated to more times like this. Here only this layer is called as A, and this layer we can call it as A. So next layer and next layer. So like this, if we are giving, so this type of arrangement, this we can call it as A type arrangement. Okay. So vertically and horizontally, same type of spheres are arranged. So this is A type. So next is we can see AB type. Okay. So in AB type, so one layer of spheres is arranged like this. Afterwards, so next layer should be arranged such a way that, okay, so below this depression of this first layer, consider this is the position that is called as depression. So here, so this we can call it as A layer, and this layer we can call it as B layer. So this first, the second layer should be arranged such a way that, so it should be arranged, so below this A layer, it should be in the depression. Okay. So like this. So next we have to draw A layer like this. So next we have to draw B layer. B layer should be in the depression of this layer. So such type of arrangement it is called as AB type. Is it clear? So the same as like one dimension. So if the layers are repeated, so in same way as like the linear arrangement of spheres in one dimension, so it is, if it is repeated, means it is called as AAA type. So if it is drawn like this, the first layer we can call it as A like this. The second layer, so we have to fix in such a way that it should be in the depression of the first layer. So this layer we can call it as B. So again next we are going to draw A layer, the same as like this. So next we have to draw this B layer in the depression of this third layer. So this is the fourth layer. So this arrangement of packing of crystal, that is called as AB type arrangement. So next we can see simple cubic, body-centered and face-centered cubic arrangement. So before introducing this cubic arrangement, one more topic, that is tetrahedral void and octahedral void you should know. So tetrahedral void. So we can explain like this. Tetrahedral void. So consider three spheres like this. So the spheres are atoms. So one sphere here, the one next one here, and one more sphere. So we have to draw the depression of in this region. So next, so when the layer of three atoms are like this, so one more atom I am going to keep over this layer. So at the top of this. So consider like this. So three spheres are there. So this should be in one layer. So in the center we are having a hole, isn't it? So this hole is called as void. So why we are calling it as tetrahedral void means, so we are going to keep one more atom, otherwise one more sphere over this void. Okay. So three spheres like this. Here one sphere, and here one sphere, and here one sphere. Three spheres are there. So over this, here one void is there, isn't it? That hole, over this hole I am keeping one more sphere, that is we can explain only in three dimension. Okay. So this tetrahedral void and octahedral void we can explain only in three dimension. It is not possible in drawing given in two dimension, but you can understand. Okay. So we are going to keep one more sphere at the top of this void. Okay. So that this void is called as tetrahedral void. So it can connect like this. One sphere, here one sphere, here one sphere, here one sphere. So this is connected by like this four spheres. So it is called as tetrahedral void. So clear, students? So next we can see octahedral void. So octahedral void means, so it should be in contact with the six spheres. Okay. So consider like this four spheres. One, and here one, two, and next one here. The next sphere is here. So that a void has created, isn't it? So what I am going to do is, so over this void and below of this void, two spheres are connected. So at the top of this void from this direction, so at the below of this back side of the board, you can consider like this. So from that direction also one more spheres are there in both directions. So this void is called as octahedral void. So in this void, six spheres are connected. So it is called as octahedral void. Is it clear? So what are this? Tetrahedral void, it should be connected by four spheres. Here it should be connected by six spheres. So it is tetrahedral void and the other one is octahedral void. So next we can calculate the packing efficiency in simple cubic arrangement. Packing efficiency in simple cubic. Packing packing efficiency in simple cubic. Okay. For calculating the packing efficiency, it is given by a formula. Packing efficiency is equal to volume of spheres occupied in one unit cell into number of atoms present in a simple cubic arrangement divided by volume. It will give the packing efficiency in simple cubic arrangement. Okay. So simple cubic arrangement, how we can calculate? So volume of spheres occupied in one unit cell, it should be multiplied by the total number of atoms. So in simple cubic arrangement, total number of atoms Nc by 8 is equal to 1, isn't it? So from this we can calculate. So listen, I will give simple cubic arrangement. So in simple cubic arrangement, all the corner atoms are occupied by the lattice points, isn't it? So here, consider like this. Each corners atoms we can draw like this. Only I am going to give in this region. Okay. So in this region, from this distance to this distance, that we can call it as A. That is edge length, isn't it? Edge length A. So if you have drawn correctly, we can measure the values. So consider like this. So if you consider here also one sphere, half it is given, isn't it? So half of this sphere. So maybe this distance we can take as R. The same way it should be exactly, if it is given for you, it is easy. Okay. So this distance it is R. In same way this distance also you can take it as R. From here to here it is R. From here to here it also R. Have you understand? So that we can take as R value, 2R is equal to A, it is given, isn't it? So R value must be A by 2. Okay. So why we have to take this R value is, so consider each corners, it is occupied by simple cubic arrangement, already I have explained. So simple cubic arrangement like this. So each cube is having 8 corners. If all the corner atoms are occupied the atoms like this, totally how many corners are there? 8 corners are there. If the corner lattice points are occupied only in the corners, so this we can call it a simple cubic, isn't it? So here atoms are considered as spheres, isn't it? So here these 2 spheres I have drawn like this. Is it clear? The half of them will be shared. Each corner atom can be shared with 8 other units. So it is only half we can draw for this particular single unit cell. Okay, so this length we used to say as for in first itself this primitive, each length is taken as A. So from here to here length is taken as A. So by when you are considering the spheres, so this distance is R and this distance also will be taken as R. Okay, so that we can take as A is equal to 2R. So from this radius of the sphere R is equal to A by 2. Okay, so next, actually packing efficiency will be calculated. Packing efficiency formula is packing efficiency is equal to NC is equal to volume of spheres occupied in crystal divided by volume of the crystal. Okay. So volume of the particular crystal, that is volume of the unit cell. Okay. So here, so packing efficiency we should be calculated. Okay. So R value we found. So from this R value, we can calculate the volume of spheres occupied. Okay. So volume of a sphere is equal to 4 by 3 pi R cube, isn't it? So here 4 by 3 pi, instead of R what you have to substitute? A by 2. So A by 2 the whole cube. Okay. So which is equal to 4 by 3 pi A cube divided by 2 cube, that is 8. So 1 here 2. So answer is pi A cube divided by 6. Okay. So next, so this volume of the sphere should be this, we have calculated for one sphere, isn't it? But number of spheres are present in one unit cell. So that the total volume of sphere can be calculated by, so volume of spheres occupied in unit cell. So volume of one sphere we have calculated. So total volume of occupied can be calculated by, total volume of spheres can be calculated by the formula, that is, so this value into number of atoms present in one unit cell. So if it is a simple cubic unit cell, number of atoms is equal to, how we can calculate? So number of corners divided by sharing. Each atom can share with 8 other unit cells. Is it clear? So number of atoms is equal to NC by 8. So number of corners 8 in unit cell. So 8 divided by, which is equal to 1. So total volume of sphere can be calculated by volume of one sphere into 1. Okay. So this will give the value pi A cube divided by 6. So how we can calculate the packing efficiency? So packing efficiency is equal to volume of spheres occupied in one unit cell divided by the volume of the volume of the cube, isn't it? So that volume of the cube can be calculated by the edge length, A into A. Okay, so this volume of a cube is equal to edge length, 3 edge length are there, A, B, C. So that will be getting the same value. So it is A cube. Okay. So packing efficiency we can substitute volume of units or volume of a cube is equal to volume of spheres occupied in unit cell. Total volume we have calculated as pi A cube divided by 6 divided by A cube, isn't it? So this A cube and this A cube will be cancelled. So packing efficiency percentage is calculated by packing efficiency is equal to pi divided by 6 into 100. So pi value is, that is 3.414, isn't it? So when you multiply, the answer you will get 52.31%. So what's the value? 52.31%. So this is the packing efficiency of simple cubic arrangement. Okay. So simple cubic arrangement, it is like this. Lattice points are occupied only with atoms. Lattice points means that atoms are present only at the corners. So total number of packing efficiency, if they have asked, formula is volume of spheres occupied in unit cell divided by volume of the cube. Okay. So volume of the cube. So volume of occupied in one unit cell can be calculated by, so volume of one sphere into number of atoms. Here 1, so we are getting the same answer. So volume of one sphere formula 4/3 pi half cube. So here for simple cubic arrangement, so atoms are present at the corner. So R value, so this total length, edge length is A, so which is equal to R plus R, that is 2R. So R is equal to A by 2. So this R can be substituted in this position. So we are getting pi A cube divided by 6. Number of atom 1. So total volume of the sphere also pi A cube divided by 6. Next, volume of the cube is A into A into A, that is equal to A cube. And packing efficiency is equal to volume of, that is pi A cube divided by 6 divided by A cube into 100. Okay. So using this formula, you are getting its efficiency is 52.31%. Is it clear, students? So next we can see packing efficiency in body-centered cubic arrangement. Packing efficiency in body-centered cubic arrangement. Body-centered cube, so it is like this. Along with the corner atoms. One more atom is present at the center of the cube here, isn't it? So this type of arrangement, it is called as body-centered cube. So for body-centered cube, total number of atoms is equal to total number of atoms is equal to Nc by 8 plus Nb by 1, isn't it? So total number of corners in a cube, that is 8 divided by 8 plus number of center of the body in a cube is 1 divided by 1, which is equal to 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So total number of atoms present in a body-centered cube is 2. So now we are going to calculate the packing efficiency by the diagram. So if you have drawn the diagram correctly, then it is easy for you. Okay. So consider here A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Okay. So next, this will be taken as a triangle ABC. So next, this A2G. So this also. Okay. So here, so atoms we can, here corner atoms. Here also one corner atom, and here center of the body. Have you understand? So here one corner atoms, only two I have specified, and this is called as the center of the atom. Okay. So for taking, what we have to find out is, as like the previous question, we have to find out the R value, isn't it? So for calculating the radius, so what we are going to do is, so first according to Pythagoras theorem, so we are taking this triangle ABC. Triangle ABC. Okay. So in triangle, this AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So this AB length is A, this BC length also A. So here also, so consider from here to here it is taken as R, and here we can wait. So now AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, isn't it? So AB is A square plus A square. So that is 2A square. So we have to find out the AC value. So AC is equal to square root of 2A square, which is equal to root 2A. Have you understood this much? So what we have taken first? So we have taken first the triangle ABC, isn't it? So in triangle ABC, this AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, opposite side and adjacent side. So from this we have find out the AC value, that is root 2A. So next, take this triangle AGC. Okay. So take this triangle AGC. So here AG square is here AC square plus CG square. Okay. So AG square is equal to AC value is already we found, that is root 2A, isn't it? So root 2A the whole square plus CG value, one of the edge length, that is A square. So what we have to find out? AG is equal to, the AG square is equal to root 2 square, that is 2A square plus A square. So that is equal to 3A square. Okay. So next we have to find out AG. AG is equal to root 3A. So AG value we can find out from here also. So AG is equal to, so this consider as a sphere. Here consider this sphere. So this distance must be R, isn't it? So this whole sphere, this distance must be 2R. From here to here to R, here to here. So this distance must be R, isn't it? So AG is equal to R plus 2R plus R. So which is equal to 4R. Is it clear? So now 4R is equal to root 3A. So what we have to find out? R value. So R is equal to root 3 by 4A. So clear? So we found the R value. So what's the next? What you have to do? So volume of a sphere we have to calculate, isn't it? So volume of sphere is equal to, so already we found the number of atoms, let it be. So next, volume of sphere is equal to, volume of sphere, the formula is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay. So what's the 4 by 3 pi r cube. So which is equal to 4 by 3 into pi into r value, that is root 3 by 4a, isn't it? So that is root 3 by 4a the whole cube. Okay. So next it is equal to 4 by 3 pi into root 3 the whole cube. It will be 3 root 3 a cube divided by 4 into 4 into 4. So this 4 and this 4 we can cancel. This 3 and this 3 we can cancel. So it is 1 root 3 pi a cube divided by 4 into 4, it is 16. So we have calculated for volume of a one sphere, isn't it? So we have to calculate. So total volume occupied by the spheres in one body-centered cubic unit cell can be calculated by. So I will write here. Total volume of spheres occupied by BCC body center in one unit cell is equal to BCC unit cell is equal to occupied in BCC unit cell is equal to, already we have found out for volume of sphere for one sphere, and volume of one sphere. So this should be multiplied by total number of atoms. So what's the value? This one. So root 3 by 16 pi a cube. It should be multiplied by total number of atom 2. So which is equal to this and this we can cancel here 8. So you are getting root 3 by 8 pi a cube. Okay. So next what we have to do? Volume of the cube. So volume of the cube, that is volume of cube is equal to a into a, which is equal to a cube. So these two values we know. Then how we can calculate the packing efficiency? Packing efficiency is equal to packing efficiency is equal to, so this total volume of sphere, total volume of spheres divided by volume of cube, volume of cube. Okay. So which is equal to, so total volume of sphere is root 3 by 8 pi a cube, isn't it? So root 3 by 8 pi a cube. So divided by this a cube. So this a cube and this a cube we can cancel. So we are getting root 3 by, so into 100, isn't it? Packing efficiency. So this value into 100. So root 3 by 8 pi into 100. Okay. So this is the calculation for packing efficiency in body-centered cubic arrangement. Okay. The value must be 62%. So percentage you are getting 62. So this is the derivation for calculating packing efficiency in body-centered cubic arrangement. Okay. So first you have to draw a body-centered cube like this. What's the way of drawing? So we have to draw like this, a cube here, and so consider this is A, B, C, D, and here E, F, G, H. So clear? So next what you have to do? So that is this will be from A to C you have to draw a line. Then from A to G also you have to draw a line. Okay. This should be connected and you are drawing a line. So this first you have to consider this triangle. What is it? ABC. So here AB length is small a edge length. BC length also will be taken as edge length A. So this AC, so according to Pythagoras theorem, so AC square is equal to, I have rubbed this and writing here. So AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, isn't it? So AC is equal to square root of AB square plus BC square. That is A square plus A square. You are getting 2A square, which is equal to root 2A. So you are getting the value AC. What's the value of AC? That is root 2A. So what's the next step what we have to do, students? That is, so we are going to take the next triangle, that is ACG, isn't it? So this triangle you are going to take. So in this triangle, AG square is equal to AC square plus CG square, isn't it? So here I have written. So AC value already we found. So this value should be substituted here. So AG square is equal to 2A square. Then CG square, CG it's a edge length, that is A. So that is A square. Then you are getting 3A square. So we found AG value also. So from this we can form it's a body-centered cube. So along with the corner atom, so it is having the sphere at the center also. So this sphere I have drawn here, that center. Okay, so its diameter will be taken as 2r. So here 2, this distance will be r and this radius also will be taken as r. So totally A to G length we can write r plus 2r plus r. So totally it is 4r, isn't it? So here AG value. So substitute in this equation. So 4r is equal to root 3a. Okay, so r is equal to root 3 by 4 into a. So now what we have to do? Volume of one sphere we have to calculate. That is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So r radius we found already. That is root 3 by 4 a the whole cube. So 4 by 3 into pi. So after cancel these terms you are getting root 3 by 16 pi a cube. So clear, students? So what we have found? Volume of one sphere. For calculating total volume of sphere in BCC unit cell, body centered unit cell. So volume of one sphere should be multiplied by total number of atoms. So total number of atoms in BCC arrangement, NC by 8 plus NB by 1, 8 by 8 plus 1 by 1, you are getting 2. So this 2 should be multiplied with volume of the sphere and you are getting the value root 3 by 8 pi cube. Okay. So next, packing efficiency we can calculate using the formula total volume of the sphere divided by volume of cube. So that is this value divided by cube. After cancelling everything, the value must be 62%. So this is the packing efficiency in body centered cubic arrangement. So these two, simple cubic and body centered cubic. So in the next class we can see face centered cubic arrangement. So in today's class I have discussed about linear arranged packing and crystals, isn't it? So that we have seen one-dimensional arrangement, two-dimensional arrangement, three-dimensional arrangement. In three-dimensional arrangement we have seen simple cubic and body centered cubic. So their packing efficiency, how we can calculate, the calculation also we have seen. So we can see the next one, the next class, that is face-centered cubic arrangement. So this derivation write down and study, then it will be useful for you. Thank you, students.